And you're radical, so the Zionists, why are all the Zionists into these pro-nuclear, these SMRs? They're all going mad over it. Bill Gates, I mean, why are all the Zionists all in? Now Bezos dives in. Bezos get in the fucking SMR. Mormon Church all in? The nuclear meltdown that's happening in China, funded by the Mormon Church. The state of Utah. The state of Utah is the only one funding these SMRs, Idaho. Why are all the Zionists all in? Epstein? Why? Epstein Island? Zorro Ranch is at Los Alamos? They're all Mormons that work there. The Mormons are Zionists. Wannabes. Why are all the Zionists? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. And I don't know if you know this, I grew up very fundamental Mormon. I mean, Abraham Isaac of the Force, my grandfather. I mean, right here. I mean, I could quote you Mormon theology before I could tell you the Pledge of Allegiance. When we were kids growing up here, who was the president? It was David O. McKay and not Lyndon Johnson. So, here's what they believe. The Mormons, the Zionists, they all believe the same thing. They believe they're elitist. I remember coming home and telling my grandma one time, Grandma, they just pound us at primary. They pound us at Sunday school. They just pound us all day. I mean, what's a Gentile, Grandma? I don't know what a Gentile, the Nephites, the Moronites. I mean, all they do is pound. And she says, well, that's everyone but us. What do you mean everyone but us? What are you talking about? I was not autistic. I was one of those. Assy burgers, whatever you want to call it. I had trouble tying my shoes till I was, older. But I could do the Delta formula in my head at freaking 10, and I was one of those. Still am. Well, what do you mean? Well, everyone that's Mormon, this is when the Mormons used to tell you they had 5 million members. This is in the 60s. Grandma, there's 5 billion people on Earth. 6 billion people on Earth. I can do math. I'm good at division. What? You're telling me 5 million people are the only? Yeah. So I got to tell you this story. So my dad didn't participate. He'd had him with him. He'd already been nuked, blah, 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 blah. My grandfather, he didn't have much to do with it. My grandmother did. So I'm 8. I have a twin sister. There's 9 boys and 2 girls in our ward here. So we're going to the temple today, kids. Okay. I'll never forget this. Ogden Temple. The big bull, babe. Go in here. Get y'all dressed in these white clothes. We're going to get baptized for the dead today. What? Okay. So each kid takes their turn. My turn comes up and it's all Shamik, Sharalf, Shalom, poof. Shalom, Shonof, boom. They're all Jewish names. I grew up in a family where my grandfather required me to learn a little bit of Hebrew. I knew Hebrew. Pretty good. I still do. I knew the old languages. I learned Latin. I'll never forget it. I was learning German. He's like, I ever hear you speaking that around here, I will kick your ass. Remember, this is the back of World War I and World War II. I don't think people realize how hated Germans were when I was a kid, post-war. Japanese also. Whoa. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I just say to him. So, I got dunked probably 20 times, and there's a guy up in a little window up there. He's looking down over and he's reading the names. And this guy from our ward was dunking us. Then the next kid goes up, dunks us. I was like, whoa. Came home. Dad, they took us up to the temple today and baptized us for the dead. What? What are you talking about? Who did? This is primary class. Without telling me? He says, my twin sister's right there. He's like, well, what'd you think? And, my mom's like, oh, God, no. I says, they were all Hebrew names, Dad. And my mom piped up, and she says, oh, God, no. They're baptizing Jewish people for the dead. Oh, no. Then it was probably 10, 15, 20 years later, I remember reading the lawsuit that was filed against the Mormon Church for doing that. The Mormons, here, let me get my Zion out. The Mormons call this Zion. Not Zion. We're not going to Zion National. It's not called Zion. It's Zion. Zion National Park. Zion. They're Zionists. Wannabes. So both the Zionists and the Mormons believe the same thing. Now, Joseph Smith just took all religions, put them together, the eclectic religion. I mean, he had lots on the Quran. I mean, the Mormons used to dress the fundamentalists. It was a mix between, this rich progressive town, Ogden. Hoover County was a real blue district, rich, mixed in with these old fundamentalist Mormons. What a dichotomy. I'll tell you what. Especially post-Fukushima. They're like, whoa. Because this is what the Mormons believe. This is what the Zionists believe. They believe they're elites, anointed by God. That's what they believe. They believe everybody else is just there to serve their interests, and they're Gentiles. And they're the elites. This is their planet. And the faster the planet is wiped out and destroyed, and the quicker they get their own planet. The Mormons believe they get their own planet. And when they do their Mormon ceremonies, they give secret names. Only the man gets the names. He has to call the women in. Their philosophies are very similar. And they believe that, the Mormons believe Jesus is coming back. The Zionists, man, I can get into a whole thing on Jesus. What a great activist, man. Whoa. They were communals. My grandfather ran the Mormon welfare farm here. It was a communal farm. My other grandpa was Abraham Hunsaker I, the Hunsaker Mill. Without him, there is no more. They were socialist. It was a strange time in the 50s, 60s, 70s in Mormonism. David O. McKay was a socialist, and Paul McKay Brody's uncle. So now they've bought into this philosophy. Scorched earth. That's what they call it. And they get their own planets. And, the sooner we wipe this planet and we, what's their line? For vengeance will be ours. Now, you look up Jeff Bezos' grandpa. I want you to look him up. Where'd he come from? Look him up. Guys, he ran the whole show. He was the nuclear, these monsters. They're German monsters. He ran the whole show. Livermore, California, the atomic nuclear agency, which ended up being the DOE. Yeah, Jeff Bezos' grandfather. Look up Bill Gates' grandfather. Elon Musk is one of them also. Epstein. Epstein says, I remember the trial in the 90s. We were fighting against this guy as an activist in New York big time. And, and I remember then at the trial in Arizona, New Mexico wouldn't take him on. New York wouldn't take him on. But Arizona did. And they're saying, Epstein, why'd you do it? To keep dirt on all these Zionists. That's what he said. So I like it how the guy that, what's his name? Was Epstein's supposedly kingpin. Victoria's Secret. How did Epstein hypnotize him? Epstein worked for him. Epstein said that over and over and over. So Maxwell's in jail. She's been in jail for a while. She has this so-called list with the dirt all over it. Her dad, the triple agent, who they found floating off his yacht, Paul Allen was one of this clan. He died of this disease, I have. Now Bezos is all in. Now let me show you this. I want to show you this. It's always tripped me out since I was a little kid. I was like, this is too freaky. These theologies are too freaky. But now post-Fukushima, no one can connect the dots. They're still waiting for the main event. Main event happened March 11th, and now we got the meltdown going in China. This is scorched earth. Now, I never water my lawn, ever. And there's all plans. You can play the videos back. I never, ever water my lawn. Doesn't go dry until really well into August. This is mid-July. Now, you can see through my videos how this started to happen, this scorched earth. It started to happen it's all coincidence. The Great Western Drought, my Spiral Jetty videos prove, started to happen in 2012. Just like the dead tide pools, the Upper California purple urchins, all of it. Remember all my big, beautiful Austrian pines right here? They died in 14? Just dead. Scorched earth. My dogs both died of leukemia. You know, you spray some Roundup, which they do. This corporate welfare mega dairy sprays all over. The whole neighborhood dying off. My mom died. Dean died. His own mom died. I almost died. The thistles won't even grow. Look at this. The thistles won't even go. The June grass won't even grow. And this is June. Oh, God, look at this. We got 2 butterflies. Talk about an endangered species. 3. Oh, my God. Are they going to land right on me? They always do. They can sense it. See it's scorched earth. The thistles won't even grow. I don't water my lawn. I never have. My lawn will stay green naturally well into late July, August. Always. Till it started to change 2012, 2013. I mean, it's June. It's 107 all-time records. Livermore, California today is 107 in Livermore. That's bringing star power to Earth. Wow. Can you feel the love? I'm telling you, you think I'm crazy on this. Bill Gates is the most evil human being who ever walked the face of the earth. He is public enemy number 1. Bezos is number 2. Bezos dives into small nuclearism today. Governor Cox, which, by the way, Bill Gates stole the operating system from here in Utah. WordPerfect invented it. He stole it. He never invented anything. He's placed Rockefeller's baby, Rothschild's baby, Russell's baby. I mean, it's all bloodlines, inherited. I mean, this country fought against monarchism, imperialism, 2 world wars. To fight back against just exactly what's happening. That's the only thing I can come up with, and I think it's true. Mormons should be ashamed of themselves. It's disgusting. They really, and they'll tell you there's 14 million Mormons when in fact, I was just having a conversation with Merlin Jensen's people. You know, he's the Mormon historian who said they're lying on these numbers. There's probably less than 3 million participating Mormons. You know, the hardcore Zionists, well, Netanyahu's gone. He's done. And it really pisses me off. I'm waiting for Zuckerberg to jump into the game. Now, Sheila, David Goldberg's wife, oh, yeah, she's one of them. There's the nuclear subs named after her. How, just because I don't know how she got rich and famous. David Goldberg dead. It's amazing. That's all. I mean, well, self-fulfilling prophecies. They think they're better than everybody else. I will quote Cecil Rhodes. And the Mormons disgust me. And I'm a Mormon, 7th generation. They bear false witness. It's disgusting how everybody's gone along with this. Fucking the greatest genocide, the greatest fucking event in human history. 90% of the Pacific Ocean wiped out. This epic heat, all predicted by Kevin Blanch. These meltdowns are going to cause a heat bubble over the western United States. My Spiral Jetty videos prove, that this is an acute radical that's just happened. Look up I'm the one that named it. I named it in 2012, 2013. The Great Western U.S. Drought. I'm the guy that named it. Play back the tape. I mean, so many of these words that are commonly used in the domain now are my words. I named the drought in 2012 the Great Western U.S. Drought. And there was no drought until right when I named it. For Cassandra and Hamlet had a baby. I see I predicted all this to a fucking fine science. I mean, scorched earth from hell. Everybody's all in. Not only are they all in, getting their next welfare check, their socialist, their ripped off fucking government fucking check. It all got ripped off. I mean, just looting our children's future, just poisoning our fucking planet. They're all in. Not only do they don't give a fuck about the environment, they're taught to hate fucking Mother Earth. They're taught to attack her, to kill her. Cecil Rhodes. the great imperialist, the great Zion imperialist. Why would we not take back the United States and form secret societies, the Council of Foreign Relations? The Masonics. I split my own rock. For we are anointed by God. This is our place. So you're saying just a handful of a couple million people are going to control and dominate and kill the earth for their radical, whacked out, bullshit, fairy tale fucking bullshit fucking theology. It's not your pseudo-facto theology. It's not your pseudo-facto sociology. Oh, it's your biology. It's the ecology, stupid. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And when they saw Fukushima meltdown, I will quote Lawrence, his grandson, I did a lot of work with at Livermore. He'd say, that crazy, psychotic, mentally ill grandfather of mine has looted fucking hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars from you. Bringing star power to Earth, Livermore, California. It's a sick, twisted, imperialist, I'm better than you theology. That's exactly what it is. You go talk to a Mormon. You go talk to him. You don't know racism. You don't know anti-womanism. You don't know. They're worse than they ever were. It's disturbing. And how do they? And Joel Osteen. There's one. There you one. Jesus died so I could be rich. Makes $50 million a year. Preaches fucking political theater from the fucking pulpit, which is against the law. But what's the fucking law in this country? Fuck. There's two sets. One for these Zionist wannabe. And how the fuck have they twisted anti-Zionist with anti-Semitic? They have nothing to do with it. They have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Go ask Noam Chomsky. He'll tell you exactly. I'm friends with Noam. I used to be. He'll tell you exactly what I just told you. It's so fucking hot. This earth is, my God, look at this fucking soil. Just scorched. Everything's dying. This is the whole western United States. The heat bubble over the western United States, which I predicted, which I call plutonium. We'll explain that slowly. These bringing star power to Earth, these are suns that are buried into the Pacific Ocean. They're so hot they've sent in multiple robots. They've sent in robots that can handle 20, 30, 40,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and they melt. These cores are in the ocean. Einstein used to say exactly what I'm saying. Hell of a way to boil water. Hell of a way to boil a planet. These fucking suns have pushed into the Pacific Ocean. The sun can give you cancer from 93 million miles away. It's a plasma. It's a gas, the sun. There's somewhat of a core. Livermore, California. Go there. Kamala Harris' mom died of cancer. She worked there. The epidemiologist. Bringing star power to Earth. That's their logo. I protested there so many times. Oh, they brought star power to Earth. They scorched it. The sun can fucking give you cancer from 93 million miles away. We have 6 of them burrowed into the Pacific Ocean. And they're boiling the Pacific Ocean. They blanched the Pacific Ocean. And my evidence and my work proves it. My tide pool work, my salmon fucking work. Coincidence doesn't get it in science. It's the greatest event, and these fucking Zionists, they said, whoa, look at this. Longevity started headed the other way. Because they're fatalist. They're sick. They're sick. There's a girl that drives around PB that I know. She's a Zionist freak. She has on the back of her big old blazer written all over in giant letters, "For vengeance will be ours." I says, vengeance? What the fuck are you talking about? This stuff you're talking about happened fucking 2,000 years ago. Or 500 years ago. Or fucking 40, 50 years ago. You weren't even alive. It's sick. It's sick. What the fuck is this flying up out of there? I just come up out of Hillfield. What the fuck is that? Can you see it? Holy fuck, it looks like the space shuttle. Oh my God, what is it? That's a big fucking plane. I don't know if you can see it. Holy the fuck. Scorched earth. Livermore, California is 107 degrees today. Right now, right this moment as I'm talking. The fuck is that flying up out of fucking Ogden Airport? That's a big fucking plane. I guess they do have a few commercial fucking flights that go out of there now. Looks bigger than that to me. Scorched earth. Scorched fucking earth. Is he coming this way or going the other way? Can't tell. Oh, here we go. Coming this way, huh? It's unbelievable. Again, I'll never forget that. They got sued for it, the Mormon Church, and finally stopped doing it. So I'm like, what the fuck are they doing that for? Well, don't you know? They never got a chance to be baptized Mormon. And unless you're baptized Mormon, you can't go to heaven. What? What? I remember I quit going to church right there. My church right there. You see the steeple that I went to. Right next to the Frank Lloyd Wright, Leslie Hodson masterpiece school that I used to walk to school and hold an Everett Ruiz's fucking hand. I used to walk holding their hand right there. That masterpiece. They tore it down. You can see the steeple of the church. That was a beautiful, beautiful. You should have seen it. Had the stained glass. The Western Sunset would go in there. Oh, it was handcrafted, hand built. Utah construction money built it. Yeah, the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate built Bob Penman. That's his money. They're from Scotland. Yeah, they made all their money on Utah construction, which built Chalk River, the first nuclear disaster. Yep, that's them. The merger with G. Should have seen it. It's unbelievable. It's all I can figure. Well, I know it's true. I was like, what an arrogant ideology. How can this possibly be? How is it possible that they think that 5-10 million people on Earth, well, they're less than that, are going to dominate and control? Well, they did it. Tell me Bezos and Gates and Musk and Klein hasn't done it. Zuckerberg. Roger Waters' fucking words yesterday. So fucking Zuckerberg to fuck off. They're trying to. Well, they did capture it. So Bezos all in nuclear. Where do you get off? Fucking, well, Facebook. They'll probably flag this. Where do you get off saying anti-Zionist is anti-Semitic when that's absolutely not fucking true? In fact, it's the opposite of the truth. I mean, the Zionists have abused the fucking Jewish population fucking just as hard as they have anybody else. It's disgusting. The Mormon Church should fucking get down on their fucking hands and knees and beg for forgiveness. And they claim Jesus. Jesus, you know, the activists. Heal the afflicted, feed the poor. Get rid of your personal possessions. Go in with stewardship of the earth with a whip throwing the money changers out of the temple. They're going to claim that. Scorch. I'm probably going to have to, I think a lot of people are going to be evacuating fucking these western states. We're out of water. There's no fucking water. And this is all post-Fukushima. It's historic. I've never seen anything like it. Like, do I need to cut down these weeds? I'm like, it's all dead. Everything's fucking dead. The thistles won't even fucking grow. Those are Scottish thistles, which are not native here. They won't even fucking grow. I mean, the animals have all disappeared. The lake's gone fucking dry. All post-Fukushima. Just the greatest event in human history. These fucking suns are burning in the Pacific Ocean. This heat rise up, storms. I got breaking news. Fish swim. Jeffery moves up to the right. This heat bubble. Oh, it's Fukushima. I've proven it. Which I call Fuktonium. Now you add some Chinese SMRs that Utah is funding. Why would the state of Utah be funding fucking... I just told you why. Can you feel the love tonight? Unbelievably sad. They used to hang on the old Masonic temple for years. I hung on that wall. They took it down just because I saved it and restored it in 1905. Leslie Hodson, 2550 Washington Boulevard. I hung from a rope and hand chiseled it. One guy, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Scorched fucking earth. Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's June. 107. My thermometer fucking... I was just looking, it says 105 right now. Stay tuned.